This is a video to explain my notes here. So I wrote, can we draw the curve? Okay, so it's just because it's current model is like straight and then diagonal and then straight. And in reality, it's an S curve. So can your model do that? We have this tree that's pretty, this is a ficus, and it's pretty close. Dang it. It's pretty close to the path here. The other ficus is farther away from the path. I think the center line of the path and the gate should be between these two trees, kind of centered between the trees. And I think that means the center line will move from where it is today. So I'm curious, if you measure from the center line of the gate to the corner of the property, that distance I think will have to move. I think everything shifts this way, maybe 6 inches or something. But that's something I want to communicate to a builder. It's like the whole center line is moving to become between these two trees. And then the path is centered on that and so forth. You drew these retaining walls to be 3 feet, and there's a little pad here that's 3 feet. I think that still needs to be 6 feet because today it's 6 feet. That's how big it is now, 6 feet. And there's like a lot of dirt, outside that retaining wall. If you made it short, I think we'd have to do a lot of grading through here to prevent dirt from ending up on the path. So I think 6 feet is still the right number. I think the height, I don't think you drew it to the center line of the pillar, but that makes sense to me. I made another video about that where I'm drawing it to the center line here. Like this is the retaining wall, this is the pillar. We're drawing 18-inch pillars. I think your model's got 24s. So I said, what size pillar? I think it should be 18, not 24. And so let's see what else. In my other video, I talk about this more, but there's a 3'6" size to these planters. But if they're built with cinder blocks, I think the cinder block is 6 inches wide. So 6 inches here and 6 inches here leaves you with 2'6" internal inside the planter. And I wonder if that's too small for what we're trying to do. And then we have to keep in mind that there's a palm tree here and a palm tree here. So we can't get too close to those, but might want to go bigger than 3'6" wide. I think you drew this 6 feet long. I couldn't read it on the app, or on the model, but I think you told me that. So you've got 10'6" between the planters, but that assumes these are 24. So when you make these 18, I think this turns into 9. It turns into 9 feet. So when you said 10'6", that made me think the planter doesn't touch the column. That was a question in my other video. Here's the column, here's the planter. Should there be a gap right here where they don't touch, or should they touch? The column, this 18-inch column, and the planter, do they actually touch each other? And it touches the wall here. So your 10'6" made me think maybe the planters don't touch the columns. Maybe there's a little gap there. So I wanted to understand if that's your plan and if that's necessary for some reason. So this pad here is 10, maybe it'll become like 9'6". We want to extend it to the street, but not be 10 feet wide all the way to the street, and only to within 6 feet of the street. So extend to 6 feet from the street. But I don't want to be 9 or 10 feet wide all the way. So we might have to transition with like a curve here. That's in my other video too. So this talks about the center line. This talks about the pillar should be 18. This says make it 6 feet long. This says, can you draw the curve? What are these features? He told me that these are the wooden trellis over the gate. So I understand that. Yeah, so I think that's it for this picture. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.